Alright. Well. What do we have here? We got Elon. I guess he's talked with the press ever since leaving. But I mean, we knew this already, right? Because whenever you looked at like Elon when he was like talking on like a press conference, bro, bro looked like he was fucking constantly tweaking out. Let's keep it a buck 50. Bro was definitely on some fucking shit while he was working with the administration. Okay, let's be real here. Okay, but what? Fox News' Peter Doocy attempts to ask Elon about his copious drug use, as reported by the New York Times. All right, so there's a big expose by the New York Times saying, so Elon does a lot of drugs, and obviously the right doesn't like it when people do drugs, however artificial that may be. Whatever. Musk cuts him off, rails against the New York Times Russiagate reporting, and then says next question. You know it's like fucking copium if you're using fucking Russiagate as a fucking pejorative to say that there's inaccurate reporting, when quite literally everybody knows that you're fucking goddamn high, that you're high as fucking fuck when you're doing shit, bro. Like, come on, bro. Don't fucking. People aren't fucking stupid. Well, like the scratch on his eye apparently is not from a cat. Okay, it's or whatever the fuck. Apparently his like son punched him in the face or something. Whatever. Son. He calls his fucking son a fucking letter. Okay, whatever. Who cares?
Thank you, President Trump. The president mentioned that you had to deal with all the slings and arrows during your time at DOGE. There's this.
Well, some of the people, some of the media organizations in this room are the slingers.
Well, so there is a New York Times report today that accuses you of blurring.
Dude, I fucking hate his laugh so much. Like, why do you laugh like that, bro? I hate his laugh. What? Like, it just sounds like a sniveling little conniving evil laugh. Like, bro, no one laughs like that. Please laugh normally. I will just nitpick about stupid stuff like this. Man, it's almost as if all the billionaires are just evil or something. I don't know. I think billionaires are just evil.
Oh, wait. Is the New York Times, is that the same publication that got a Pulitzer Prize for false reporting on the Russiagate? Is it the same?
So that's not true. The stuff that was proven throughout the reporting, broadly speaking, on Russiagate and from the Mueller report were true. They were accurate. There were members of Trump's team, campaign team specifically during 2016, who have collaborated with the Russians to get dirt on Hillary Clinton. That is a fact. That is not fake news as much as like... Guys, it's almost been 10 fucking years and you people are still coping about like fucking Russiagate. It's pathetic. Whatever. Soy Right has to have grievance about everything. Whatever.
Organization?
I gotta check my Pulitzer. Pulitzer count.
It is. I think the judge just ruled against New York Times for their lies about the Russiagate hoax, and that they might have to give back that Pulitzer Prize.
Huh? Huh? Judge ruling against New York Times Russiagate. Let's still talking about his drugs. Trump's defamation case to revoke New York Times WAPO Pulitzer's proceed.
President Trump is celebrating a court's decision to move forward with a defamation.
Okay, shut up. So it's some frivolous defamation case about Pulitzers that they won, which is frivolous, by the way. Like we explained before. Like, what? Paul Manafort is his name. Arrested. Like, he got arrested for this shit. And he's still being sentenced to additional fucking years in prison. It's very funny. I think also, Michael Cohen was also arrested for this shit. Michael Cohen pleads guilty. Well, this is for the campaign finance violations and the criminal tax evasion. So that's not Russiagate. Russiagate was mostly a Paul Manafort thing. I think Michael Cohen was different. But the, what? Russia Gate findings. Like, they were credible. It's from the Mueller report. Conspiracy or coordination versus collusion. I just want the findings, right? Here we go. Volume 1 starts on page 1. On Russian interference and allegations of conspiracy or coordination between Trump's presidential campaigns in Russia, not the concept of collusion. The Mueller report found that the Russian government interfered in the 2016 election in a sweeping and systemic fashion and violated U.S. criminal law. The report relayed 2 methods by which Russia attempted to influence the election. So, social media campaign. We know this through Cambridge Analytica, right? Report lists IRA groups. IRA created groups on Facebook, include the proposed conservative groups, e.g., Tea Party News, purported black social justice groups, blacktivists, LGBTQ groups, LGBT United, and religious groups, United Muslims of America. The IRA Twitter includes at 10 GOP, claims to be related to the Tennessee Republican Party, Janet Abrams, and Pamela Moore. Both claim to be Trump supporters, and both had 70,000 followers. These are all people that are fucking backed by the Russians. And then the second method, hacking and the release of material. Specifically, that is of, they hacked into the DCC and the DNC, gave that shit to WikiLeaks, and WikiLeaks was the one who fucking, leaked all that shit, right? So that all also came from the Russians as well. So that's a little different. It ended up helping Trump. Because, I mean, we already knew about all of, like... We already know about all of, like, Hillary's fucking potential, like, I don't know, skeletons in her fucking closet, right? Not that she's really a good fucking campaigner or really much of anything. The biggest smoking gun here is mostly the social media campaign. Quite literally. Where it was Russian accounts tweeting stuff positive for fucking Trump. Right? That's the biggest thing. And like all the Cambridge Analytica shit as well. So, Russiagate wasn't a hoax. It happened. And people got indicted for it. Crazy.
At New York Times, let's move on.
Okay, then next question. Trump, I got one for President.
So yeah, he's just not going to answer that question because he knows that he's a ketamine-addled, he's got a lot of ketamine. He's on drugs a lot. I mean, fucking... Well, just play this video. Look at this man. Bro, look at him. That fucking shit where he's, like, swishing his head around. He is fucking zooted, bro. Guaranteed. No one just, like, stays cross-armed and they start, like, fucking bobbing and moving their head like that. He is zooted. Guaranteed. How do I know? I've had the exact same fucking behaviors when I've been zooted before, where I just, like, move my fucking head around in, like, weird, contorted fucking ways and shit like that. But yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, bro, he sleeps on a fucking cot on the floor, bro. He's just tired. Nah, get this fucking copium the fuck out of here, you fucking losers. Nah, he was smoking all that fucking good, okay? He was high as a fucking kite, alright? Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. But what do we got here? Elon Musk allegedly took large amounts of drugs, including ketamine, while advising Trump. Doge head at times took dissociative daily, along with ecstasy and psychedelic mushroom use, according to New York Times. What the fuck is dissociative? I don't know what this is. Devil's advocate, I don't fully agree with this. I move my head around when I'm tired to try to stay awake. Sure. I stretch all the time. If I'm tired, I go like, "Ugh!" But no one does that. Like, you could also make the argument that maybe he's like doing stretches or whatever. Sure. Nah. We all know how his fucking behaviors. Dude is fucking absolutely zooted out of his mind. All right, bro is fucking zooted. There's no other explanation. So Elon Musk engaged in extensive drug consumption while serving as one of Donald Trump's closest advisors. Taking ketamine so frequently caused bladder problems and traveling with a daily supply of approximately 20 pills, according to claims made to the New York Times. We all knew that he was a fucking ketamine addict, right? He said it before that he's a fucking ketamine addict. He has in the past, I'm pretty sure. So this is shit we already knew about, right? We knew he was a big fucking ketamine guy. And you know, I guess the extent of which it was I don't know, prevalent? Let's say prevalent. Was more than we could have possibly have thought. Who would have thought that this fucking dude, richest man in the world, by the way, would just be like a complete fucking drug-addled fucking maniac who's willing to just, I don't know, destroy your fucking life because, I don't know, it's for fun. YOLO swag. He's essentially, I don't know, conquered the world, quote unquote. He can just do whatever the fuck he wants. So, sure, fuck it, whatever. The world's richest man regularly consumed ketamine, ecstasy, and psychedelic mushrooms during his rise to political prominence. Anonymous sources familiar with his activities told the Times his drug use reportedly intensified as he donated $275 million to Trump's presidential campaign, and later wielded significant power through his role spearheading the Department of Government Insufficiency, or DOGE. Musk announced his departure from government service on Wednesday evening, months after exhibiting erratic behavior, including insulting cabinet members and making a Nazi salute at a political rally. I'm not fucking gonna dignify Nazi-like. It was a Nazi salute. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. I don't care if he's like had like a schizo binge while doing the fucking soy loot twice. He did the soy loot. Cope and seethe about it. Ecstasy is classified by the Drug Enforcement Administration, or the DEA, as a Schedule I controlled substance with no accepted medical use, making it entirely prohibited for federal employees. Though Musk has been classified as a special government employee and not subject to the same stringent rules as a regular employee. Right, so they're probably not going to fucking get him because of this, so whatever. While ketamine can be legally prescribed as a Schedule III substance, recreational use or mixing with other drugs would probably violate federal workplace policies. I can only imagine while he was like in with his like little Discord Groiper kittens, he was probably like constantly like chewing on some fucking wires or some shit and making it such that the government is completely unfucking usable while he's like trying to steal everyone's data so he can fucking get you know, because we all know why he was like doing shit like this in the fucking with Doge and whatnot in terms of like the installation of all of these like private servers and stuff. He did it because he wants to have a payment service. Or Twitter to become basically a payment service. That's why he's doing the things that he's doing in particular. The Doge leader developed what those sources described to the Times as a serious ketamine habit, consuming the powerful anesthetic sometimes daily, rather than the small amount taken about once every 2 weeks, he claimed in interviews. What's ketamine really used for? What is ketamine used for? Like, medicinally? Yeah, it's like a horse fucking tranquilizer or something. Not horse tranquilizer, right? Ketamine is used as an anesthetic for surgery, a treatment for depression, and is a drug of abuse. So, it's an anesthetic. So it's anesthesia, but it also can be a depression medication. Okay. Drug fact sheet. It is abused for its ability to produce dissociative sensations and hallucinations. Ketamine has also been used to facilitate sexual assault. Lovely. Maybe that's why Elon Musk actually really liked ketamine, is so he can use it as like a date rape drug. Maybe. You know, I wouldn't put it beneath Elon, to be honest, to use ketamine as like a fucking date rape drug. Let's be honest here. I wouldn't put it beneath Elon to do that. Where was I? Here. If you used too much ketamine, you can't really get work done. And I have a lot of work, Musk previously told journalist Don Lemon in March 2024, downplaying his consumption. However, by spring last year, the Times reported that Musk was telling his associates that his ketamine use was affecting his bladder, a known consequence of chronic abuse of the drug, which has psychedelic properties and can cause disassociation from reality, according to the DEA. Maybe that's why he kept doing all of like the really stupid ass cuts that he would constantly do that would hardly make any fucking sense, because he's on so much fucking ketamine that, you know, he's not going to acknowledge any of the facts or any of the things that are going on around him in the world, because again, he's just disassociating constantly from reality because he does so much fucking ketamine. It certainly would explain shit like this. You know, his like woo woo woo.
Because we have the right to make grants. We're not going to make any grants like that. But I don't think Harvard's been acting very nicely. I think Columbia wants to get to the bottom of the problem. They've acted very well. And there are other institutions too.
Bro, he is definitely fucking zooted. We need to zoom in on that man's pupils. I can imagine they are probably like black fucking beads, dude. Like huge pupils that man probably has. Guaranteed. However, by spring last year, the Times reports that Musk was telling associates, we read that already, his regular medication box contains pills bearing Adderall markings alongside other substances. So he's also taking Adderall as well. Great. According to sources with the Times who have seen photographs of the container, it remains unclear whether Musk was under the influence during his time at the White House. I guess if we don't want to get sued, you have to say that, but sure. Yeah, he definitely wasn't under any you know, substances at all whatsoever. No, not at all. What do you mean? Our heckin' wholesome epic big chungarino Elon Areno on doing drugs? No, of course not. Sure. Where he attended sensitive meetings with foreign leaders and held power over federal spending cuts, of which he basically got like none of. So whatever. When asked for comment on the reporting and whether Musk did any drug tests, White House spokesperson Harrison Fields skirted the question, saying that Musk has accomplished more for American taxpayers than many career politicians. I mean, technically speaking, this is a true statement, but what kind of accomplishments? The accomplishment of earning the ire of the American people? I mean, that is an accomplishment. Let's be honest here. So, I mean, that's not technically that's not an inaccurate statement. Few CEOs in America would leave the comfort of the C-suite to serve in the federal government, Fields said in a statement. Yet Elon Musk did just that. Joining the Trump administration's efforts to cut waste, fraud, and abuse. Yeah, I guess by waste, fraud, and abuse, kicking about what? Basically destroying USAID, making it such that the byproducts and the consequences of that, meaning that a bunch of children are probably going to starve. So that's something that Elon did. This is true and real. And also going ahead and destroying a lot of the federal functions of government, of which they rehired like basically all of the motherfuckers back into the fucking same positions, because they realized like, oh fuck, wait, hold on. Wait, we literally have like nobody in order to do these jobs. Wait a minute. Oh shit, fuck. Yeah. It's so silly, dude. DOGE and its core mission is now embedded in the fabric of the federal government and continues to drive efficiency and save taxpayer dollars, of which it has done like none of, but whatever. SpaceX maintains strict drug-free workplace policies for employees due to its government contracts. However, those insiders tell the Times that Musk received an advanced warning of random drug tests, undermining their effectiveness. Popular podcast and public intellectual Sam Harris publicly ended his friendship with Musk, saying in a January newsletter, there is something seriously wrong with his moral compass, if not his perception of reality. You know, Sam, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. 3 claps. Good job, Sam. You did it, buddy. But you know, besides like him leaving, what else do we have here? This man Musk is adding to his fucking harem. With you know, Stephen Miller's non-white wife. Let's fucking go, dude. Yeah, that is Stephen Miller's wife, Katie Miller, non-white. Dude, every fucking time with all of these fucking Nazis, it's always a non-white wife. Every fucking time. Every single time. These motherfuckers do not have white wives, even though they soy the fuck out over, like, I don't know, white genocide constantly. Dude, I don't know. I love how, Nazis. Hey, Nazis. What's up? Like, we're jingling the keys. Why do you keep having sex with non-white people? I thought we cared about the white genocide. What's going on? What's up? I thought we cared about the white people here or some shit. Like, what's up? What's happening? Do you not care about the sort of culture and the history of white culture? Like, what's going on, Nazis? What's up? But what? What do we got here? Musk takes Stephen Miller's wife as Trump aide rage tweets. Elon Musk is officially making his exit from the federal government, and it appears he's taking one of President Trump's top aides with him. Katie Miller, top advisor and spokesperson of the Department of Government Efficiency at the White House, is headed out to work for the tech billionaire, according to CNN. It prompted rumors to swirl across the internet that there's trouble in West Wing paradise. Miller is married to the White House Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller, who on Wednesday fired off a lengthy post on X over Musk criticizing Trump's big, beautiful bill. Yeah, that's also another thing he did. He criticized the big, beautiful bill. Katie Miller, who also served in the first Trump administration, was announced to work with DOGE. She will reportedly work with Musk full time. And has already been helping him set up interviews unrelated to his Doge work, bids the government farewell. Musk's Doge appears ready to bring a wrecking ball to the federal government when it started its work, shutting down USAID in one weekend, dismantling millions of federal employees justify their work. Or demanding millions of federal employees justify their work. There we go. Which is very stupid, but whatever. So this is him talking about him leaving. I do not want to look at the post. However, the tech billionaire appears to have delivered far less than his operation set out to achieve as he exits. So So the initial claim, by the way, if we're recalling correctly, was $2 trillion. It was nowhere near that. Then the next claim was $500 billion, and it was nowhere near that. And then it was like $150 billion, and it was nowhere near that. And then it became like 8 million, and it was nowhere near that. It's been a complete failure through and through. Funnily enough, because of all of the constant firings that Doge has been constantly engaged with, the likelihood that they probably have been costing the American fucking taxpayer more. Because guess what? Think about it for like literally 3 fucking seconds, okay? A lot of the people that they fired, they rehired. And obviously, they've been dismantling a bunch of the systems and mechanisms that have been used to operate the government. Okay, so that's also been happening as well. Classic, fantastic, very good. So that also costs money. And also, not to fucking mention, what else has been fucking happening? I don't know, this whole sort of like nonsensical crusade for the sake of government efficiency is, with USAID being canceled, crazy. A bunch of people are also gonna fucking die. Millions of people are gonna fucking die. So, that's cool. That's really great. This has been a very epic, very hecking wholesome, epic-areno, venture you've been going through here, sir. Very good. So, that's cool. Great. Fantastic. Clear impact of Doge's work likely won't materialize for some time as the administration insists the work continues. The world's richest person literally once wielded a chainsaw on stage. And here's his fucking stupid tweet. Don't care about his tweet. Yeah, he can only be there for 130 days. His time was up last Friday. Like Musk, Miller joined the administration as a special government employee, so her time at the White House was also restricted. Does Elon have too much power? Yes. Who are these people that are saying too little in the Democrats? I want to know who these 4% of people are. Very curious. Here's Stephen Miller and his wife. What happened? Why is she not white? What's going on here, Stephen? You know, libertarian guys with Asian wives? Classic. While Musk claims DOGE, his mission will only strengthen, he also criticized Trump's massive bill tackling his domestic agenda on his way out of the door. He said he was disappointed because it increased the deficit that undermines the work that the DOGE team did. This sentence is not complete. Whatever. And guess what? Elon is correct when he says that this technically undermines the goal of DOGE. What the? Me agreeing with this ketamine addict? Say it ain't so. Not the ketamine addict fucking goddamn Nazi. Obviously, I've already mentioned about how how Doge has basically saved like no money whatsoever and has more than likely cost more money for the American taxpayer through the cuts of all the federal employees that have been constantly going on. And guess what? Because all those employees, pretty much like 9.5 times out of 10, probably like almost all of them guess what? They got fucking rehired. Do you not have any ideas how like inefficient that is? Constantly having to like do all of these like instability things, hiring, rehiring, and hiring and rehiring, and firing and rehiring all of these fucking people. Oh, crazy. It turns out that, hey, it's a complete fucking shit show. Who would have thought that it would have been a complete fucking shit show to begin with? And that it was just a disorganized mess to begin with. But, well, you know, tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Nah, who cares? Nice meme. Miller's husband sent out a lengthy post on X pushing back the Congressional Budget Office's finding that the bill increases the deficit by $3.8 trillion is an accounting gimmick. But multiple analysis of the legislation all found the same thing. Right, so this is like the line that Republicans are running. Basically the argument, and if I want to be, like, if we want to keep it as simple as possible, it's quite literally, nuh-uh, it's not going to increase the deficit, nuh-uh, nuh-uh, and it's just like, I have to ask again, how the fuck are you supposed to, like, deal with, like, motherfuckers like this? I'm asking quite honestly, how do you fucking converse and try to have a conversation with people whose like main sort of argument at this point for their increases of the debt and the deficit are just nuh-uh. It's insane, which is why I keep saying like there is no point in having debates with any of these people. There is no point in treating any of these people civilly. They want you dead and they want you to suffer. So, you know what? I don't give a fuck about any fucking civility bullshit. Fuck these people. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. They are wretched, terrible, evil people who are just wholeheartedly just willing to completely lie about complete fucking nonsense. Alright? I don't give a shit about any of them. They are just, all of them are freaks, charlatans, and liars. That's it. America has to get to India level poverty before they make any concessions. Maybe. I mean, maybe it has to get that bad. I'm not even sure, honestly. Like, who the hell knows exactly what the fuck's gonna go on with all these, like, stupid dumbass cuts and other bullshit. But we all know, like, it's just complete nonsense. To say that this isn't going to increase the debt and the deficit is just... It's silly. It's silly. It's so obviously going to fucking increase that shit. To just lie about it is just, like, it's nonsensical. It's actually, like, insane. However, in a separate post, he did praise Doge's work as among the most valuable services ever rendered to the government. Sure, man. His wife has not commented on her departure from the Trump administration, but she has posted and responded about Musk, his AI company, SpaceX, and Doge on X in the past 24 hours. The Millers were married in February 2020 at the Trump Hotel, just blocks away from the White House during the president's first term. Jesus Christ, dude. Christ. Trump was in attendance. Together they have 3 children. Oh boy. The couple was first introduced in 2018 by a mutual friend despite having already spoken on the phone multiple times because of work, according to their wedding announcement. During the first Trump administration, Katie Miller worked for the Department of Homeland Security and later as press secretary for Vice President Mike Pence. When Musk moved to Washington, he was often spotted with his young son X. He's been married 3 times and fathered at least 14 children. Yeah, because he wants to have like a legion of him. But whatever. While several of the tech billionaires' companies are based out of California, Musk has made Central Texas the base of his business empire. Sure, whatever. Dude, when are we going to get reports of him banging Katie Miller? That would be so fucking funny if that were to happen. Cuck Stephen Miller! Cuck Stephen Miller! Because it would be really funny! He should do it! Elon, do it, because it would be fucking hilarious. It would be so fucking funny. Seeing this, like, sniveling Nazi creep with his non-white wife. Listen, I thought Stephen Miller cared about white genocide. What happened? Why does Stephen Miller not care about white genocide? What the fuck's going on? It's kind of fucked up. But yeah, I want to also look at what's like some of the criticisms that Elon Musk is saying for criticizing the big, beautiful bill. Leaving his government role as top advisor. Posted on Wednesday. This is the post. A White House official who requested anonymity to talk about the change confirmed Musk was leaving. Comes one day after he this is a talk saying he's disappointed by the big, beautiful bill. Legislation includes a mix of tax cuts, obviously. I think a bill can be big or it could be beautiful, Musk said, but I don't know if it could be both. His CBS interview came out Tuesday night. Trump, speaking in the Oval Office on Wednesday, defended his agenda by talking about the delicate politics involved with negotiating the legislation. Dude, fucking miss me with this fucking talk about being delicate when it comes to the negotiation of legislation. Yeah. Delicate and Donald Trump. Sure, man. Totally. Because I definitely believe that Donald Trump is very, very delicate, humble, and demure when it comes to the nuances of legislation. But sure, whatever. We know what Elon's mostly talking about. He's talking about the deficit, and he's upset that I guess he's getting snubbed by Trump. That's more or less what it is, if we were to just like keep it really, really fucking simple. I'm not happy about certain aspects of it, but I'm thrilled by other aspects of it, he said. Trump also suggested that more changes could be made. And they definitely will be made in the fucking Senate. Because senators have said, wow, this bill is fucking dog shit. It's going to be changed. We're going to see what happens, he said. It's got a way to go. Republicans recently pushed the measure through the House and are debating in the Senate. Musk's concerns are shared by Republican lawmakers. I sympathize with Elon being discouraged, said Wisconsin Senate Senator Ron Johnson. Speaking at a Milwaukee press conference, enough opposition has slowed this process down until our president and our leadership get serious. Sure. Speaker Mike Johnson has asked senators to make as few changes to the legislation as possible. Not going to happen. Saying that House Republicans reached a very delicate balance that could be upended with major changes. I don't think that's going to happen. Narrowly divided House will have to vote again on final passage once the Senate alters the bill. Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? Johnson thanked Musk. Don't care about that. The White House is sending some proposed rescissions, a mechanism used to cancel previously authorized spending, to Capitol Hill to solidify some DOGE cuts. A spokesperson for Office of Management and Budget said the package will include $1.1 billion for the Corporation of Public Broadcasting, which includes NPR and PBS, and $8.3 billion in foreign assistance. Musk's criticism comes as he steps back from his government work, rededicating himself to companies like the electric automaker Tesla and rocket manufacturer SpaceX. He also said he'll reduce his political spending. We've read about that before. But the more I've gotten to know President Trump, the more I like the guy, Mike said in February. Is there anything else here, right? The federal bureaucracy situation is much worse than I realized, he told the Washington Post. Sure, man. Oh, yeah, and he keeps saying that, like, you know, oh, man, I hope that DOGE generates $1 trillion in spending cuts. Has not happened. You know, it should really tell you just how ridiculously efficient the federal apparatus exists for the United States. That, you know, of all the fucking, like, they keep talking about how they want to cut, like, what, $1 trillion fucking dollars or anything, and none of these motherfuckers have, like, they haven't even found, like, $8 billion. Like, they've basically found nothing. But I've come up with, like, the most idiotic fucking excuses on the planet in order to just be like, actually, we're gonna try to, Yeetus McFeetus at all of these, you know, necessary offices that are needed for the functioning of the federal government because, there's some, like, idiotic conspiracy theory from right-wing talk radio. And there's, like, just, like, nothing. So they're fawning over each other. Let's see. Mike Lee reposted a Fox News story about Musk's interview, while also adding his own take on the measure, saying there was still time to fix it. The Senate version will be more aggressive. It can, it must, and it will be, or it won't pass. And 2 Republican representatives, Warren Davidson of Ohio and Thomas Massie of Kentucky, have already voted the bill, or they voted against the bill when the House took up the measure last week. If I recall correctly, Thomas Massie wanted even more cuts, basically. Dude, all the Republicans that have been trying to fucking, like, justify this shit, it's been so fucking funny, because it's just been a complete shit show disaster for them, trying to justify all these, like, dumbass fucking cuts. Yeah, Thomas Massie is fucking deranged. Like, what, there was, like, a thing with, like, Joni Ernst, right? I saw this in, like, Blue Sky. Talking about, like, well, you know, some of you are gonna die. Like, whatever. Just, like, complete callous disregard, just, like, not giving a fuck about this at all. Let's see. Where's the video? Let me find the video. So, you know, we got a senator here from Iowa at her town hall when the crowd says people will die due to Medicaid and SNAP cuts. Joni Ernst responds, well, we're all gonna die. Yeah, you know, typical death cult shit. Listen, I've said this before, but given as, like, ridiculous and extreme as the Republicans are, most of the average fucking people who call themselves Republicans, they're not this fucking bad. Why don't we take a listen to this banger?
People are not, well, we all are going to die. So, for heaven's sakes. So.
Again, the point here is pretty simple. It's the callous fucking disregard for, I don't know, the people's lives. This is going to be quite a fucking great soundbite for anyone to use. So, you know, hey, Democrats, real easy political opportunity here if you guys are going to be, like, halfway fucking smart. Easy fucking, this is free eats right here. She just says, like, oh yeah, we're all going to die. Sure, yeah, thanks, Jody. Great that you're saying that to your constituents who do not want these cuts to happen. Because, again, these fucking cuts to Medicare and Medicaid, which are some of the most popular social safety nets in the extremely threadbare social safety net system that exists within the United States. Guess what? This shit isn't fucking popular. Who would have thought such a thing could be possible? But, you know, thanks to this, like, extremely high fucking dipshit, you know, like, why don't we take a look at the banger yet again, you know? This motherfucker here, who's, like, completely high as a fucking kite, being like, you know, that, and along with the stupid party of gaggling morons and dipshits who all hate you, they hate you, don't forget that, are willing to do everything possible to make, their life, well, you know, the oligarchs 10 times more fucking richer, infinitely more richer, to have as much fucking money as possible, and, you know, leave you in the dust, so you all die and suffer, because fuck you. Republicans hate you. They hate their fucking constituencies. They'll pander to you, they'll say anything possible in order to get the power that they need in order to enact their fucking wretched, horrible fucking agendas. But, you know, random ketamine addict, you know, who gets so fucking high off of his, I don't know, supply of, like, cocktails of fucking drugs, going around making the lives of everyone else fucking worse because, I don't know, he needs to have like $3 extra fucking dollars in his fucking bank account. You know, fuck these people. Fuck these people. Fuck all of them. They're all pieces of shit. I don't think there's really much else to say besides, guess what? People like Musk, Trump, and the Republican establishment, those are the motherfuckers who are your enemy. Never fucking forget that. They are the real enemy.